Amid a breakdown in ceasefire talks and a humanitarian crisis in Gaza, President Trump said earlier this week the U.S. would be setting up food centers there. Meanwhile, a group of 40 senators have signed and sent a letter to the Secretary of State expressing alarm. They say while they appreciate additional aid beginning to enter Gaza, they're urging the administration to advocate for a large-scale expansion of humanitarian assistance throughout the Strip. They stand in strong support of diplomatic efforts to return all hostages, end the fighting in Gaza, and bring humanitarian relief for the safety and prosperity of the Israeli and Palestinian people. This week on Inside Capitol, we spoke with Senator Jacky Rosen. She helped spearhead the letter and bring you views from other lawmakers.
We must address the humanitarian crisis. We can and we should do all of the things we need to do. We have to keep fighting for those hostages, both dead and alive, that are remaining. We can't let them be forgotten in this conversation. We must protect the people in the Gaza Strip. We have to be sure that we address the humanitarian issues, allow the proper aid in, and I think that we can and should do it all, and that's what the letter expressed.
Well, we got to get involved the right way. We're involved in the GHF, which has been a disaster. We were involved in the PIER, which was a disaster. The way to be involved is to use all of our power to insist that Israel allow global NGOs like the World Food Program, Mercy Corps, and others who are experts at delivering food to feed hungry people. There has been inadequate humanitarian assistance since the very beginning, but the most recent chapter has been the most brutal. And I'm glad to see the Israelis are starting to realize that this is hurting them badly globally, that there's no percentage in starving children, and there's no percentage in choking off humanitarian aid to people who are not Hamas and who are innocent civilians.
Nobody wants anybody to starve. Nobody, but this is all because of Hamas. It's not because of Israel. It's 100% because of Hamas. Hamas could release the hostages today. They could put down their weapons today. They could allow food to get to everybody in Gaza. So ultimately, and we can all try a lot of things, but Hamas is the one that's stopping all this.
Listen, we all know that this tragedy started with Hamas's brutal attack against Israel and the fact that we have to get those hostages home. But you cannot deny what people will see with their eyes. I mean, the level of starvation that's going on in Gaza is unacceptable, and I'm glad the president recognizes that.
I think that the organizations that have provided aid in the past, there's credible evidence to suggest that some of that aid fell into the hands of Hamas. Any way that you can help the situation on the ground there, I think, is important, but in no way can it have any fingers of Hamas on it. And I would also suggest that one of the reasons why we are still in the posture we are in Gaza is because Hamas continues to refuse to release hostages. So they are continuing to take a posture that is causing harm to their very citizens.
There's a humanitarian crisis that's unsustainable. It's getting worse. And I want the Secretary of State to support other humanitarian organizations, non-governmental groups, to provide medical supplies, food, water that's so desperately needed to prevent heightened starvation. I strongly support Israel's war on Hamas. It's not a war on Palestinians, and I welcome Israel's apparent steps toward providing more humanitarian aid, and I'm urging our Secretary of State and the United States government, along with others around the world, to provide the kind of humanitarian aid that's necessary to prevent starvation and suffering of the Palestinian people.
In Washington, Shayna Estulin for TvAbraham.